Okay, hope you will be joining us soon. But we do a lot of streaming, obviously, here, and I would hope that you guys either follow the Discord. I'll put that link in the description. I'll try to get that there. Or do whatever you need to do to get the notifications, because YouTube's just not going to give them to you voluntarily. So a lot of y'all be like, I didn't see that you got live. Look, man, you're either going to have to come to my channel, look at all of my different forms of social media, just check in, because YouTube is selective with who they notify and when they will notify you. So we are streaming, of course, almost finishing up Ghost of Tsushima. I have a review for that. And we'll talk about a lot of different things pertaining to that. So yeah, tune in. We'll get back to like some art stuff, comic book stuff. I know we've been really top heavy on the politics, but check this out. I'm not familiar, and I'm not gonna lie to you. He says he did on his Instagram DC Daily though. Hector, what's his name? Hector Navarro? Yes, I guess he's a comedian. But he has me blocked on Twitter. He has me blocked on Twitter, so I'm not sure who this dude is, to be honest. I guess I can pull up a different browser. Let's do that actually right now. I'm gonna pull up a different browser. Pull up Chrome. Some I'm not logged in on Twitter on, and I'll go to see who the hell this guy is, because I don't know who he is. But his name is Hector Navarro. We're gonna be talking about him here. Here's his Twitter. So he's done some different podcasts. It's stuff, but he tweeted something that someone brought to my attention. Kudos to them. But he brought up something, and what this really is it really solidifies. I've done multiple videos on this particular topic, how this sort of thing is a sport to them, and they look to tokenize. Like, that's what a lot of people are to get off on this stuff. This is what they do. Now, before we go into that, like the actual tweet that he sent, I want to remind you guys of this here. And this is a video that I did last year. And the video is centered around me basically letting you all know that I'm putting out a challenge to Marvel Studios, because this was shortly after the whole they're going to bring in people to the, like, I guess, like Fantastic Four. They're going to be bringing in all these people to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, X-Men. I think that was around that time of the announcement. So my challenge was that they keep the characters as they have been, straight and white. And I was like, I don't think they got it in them, guys. I just don't think they got them in. Not now. They just don't have it in them to just obviously leave the characters as they have been historically depicted. I mean, but we've already known they're tokenized them before. They had to do this whole retcon, this whole adoption thing in the last Fantastic Four movie. But my challenge was, keep them the way they are. Can you possibly do that? Do you got it in you? And I don't think they got it in them. But there's a tweet here that this guy tweeted out. This Hector is funny guy, Hector Navarro, says, "Good morning. Reminder that the entire Fantastic Four should be played by actors of colors just to make racists mad." So there's a lot to unpackage in what it is that he's saying, aside from him being a complete bonehead. Nonetheless, first and foremost, it goes back to what I've said in numerous videos, that it's a sport to these people. And unfortunately, that's who the Marvel types are trying to appeal to when they tokenize characters, is that there's a group of people that get off on this. They get off. This whole, but maybe they're just the best person for the job. Shut up. You can't look at the entire Eternals cast and you think, all those guys they just were the best. No, they actively go out of their way to have people fill these roles that are not of the ilk of the original character, as far as who we understand it as the comics. That's something that they got to go out of their way to do. There's no shortage of black, white actors. There's no shortage of them that could knock it out the park. This simply is the case. Now, this man right here is reiterating that. They're telling you that. They're bragging about it. This is what we want to do, to get under your skin and make the demographic, which is generally the demographic of people that actually read comic books, make that demographic of people actually upset. Now, of course, he says just to make racists mad, because God forbid everybody that would be against this stupid thing would be, non-racist. They would be, but God forbid they actually be that. That's the case, right? He'd much rather perpetuate this nonsense that, well, the people that are against this, that would be against this, that would be upset at this, are just going to be racist people, because it couldn't possibly be anybody else that would call fault there. It's complete nonsense. These guys are ridiculous, man, and that's who they're trying to appeal to. And these are the types of people that get off on this type of stuff. They love that. Like, tokenism is just a thing that they actively do. OK, so we can bury this idea that they do it because it's the person who has the best person for the role. They can accurately depict the character. That was just not what it ever has been. It has always been a move that they went out of their way to do. And the people that advocate for stuff like this, these losers, those are the types that they're trying to appeal to. These folks that get off on this. They want to ruin the characters, right? That's what they want to do. They want to make them a shell of themselves. They want to sort of change it to whatever social political view that they have, whether it be in the narrative, whether it be in the actual depiction of the character. That's what they do. Okay? So we can bury this. There's too many examples of this. I've covered them all on this channel, at least the ones that, not all of them, at least the ones that have been made, I've been made aware of. But that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with weirdos that get off on this type of stuff and just would rather make you upset. It's petty, but that's how they are. But I already know that it's coming. I challenge Marvel to do let's test and see if Marvel does things out of spite. Like, if they got somebody that watches my channel, it's like, whatever this guy says that he's against, we're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I challenge them, man, to try to keep these guys white. God forbid there be a functional, not dysfunctional, but a functional white family, you know what I'm saying, in a comic book depiction or a movie or anything nowadays, because everybody is so diversity and representation and stuff like that. Let's see if they got it in them, because I don't think they got it in them, guys. I just simply don't think they got it in them. I think that this is something that they simply get off on. This is something to take it to this invisible enemy that, because again, it's not racists that are against this. It's people that actually read books. But we'll see. The challenge is still out there. But weirdos like Hector Navarro, that's not what they want to do. They want to tokenize characters because they think they're taking it to you. So of course, it's always gonna be the white characters that they change because racist. Weirdo, man. These guys are weird, man. These guys are weird, bro. But that's my challenge to you, Marvel. I put the challenge out there last year. Let's see what they got. I don't think they got it in them, y'all.